1 year after having my second child that I fought. I got back into the octagon. I nursed him the day of my fight.
Yep.
And that fight, I came out relatively unscathed, but I was still nursing him for my second fight in November, about 1.5 years. And that fight, I got a giant black eye. I got my first laceration of my career, had a cut under my eye. And it's funny because I was more nervous about how they were going to react than anything.
Your kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And my children actually responded a lot better than the adults.
Oh, interesting. Tell me how.
Yeah. Well, my son was 1.5 years and my daughter would have been 3.5 at that point then. So my daughter had a lot of questions, but she wasn't alarmed by the face. And I mean, you saw, like, it was like my eye was swollen shut.
Your eye was swollen shut and you're nursing your son.
Right. And he was like, Mommy, he was like looking at me and he was like, do your boobs still work?
He was like,
he was fine. So he's like, yeah, okay, well, this is fine. I don't really care what you look like. Your mom's still, right?
Right.
And Amaya was like, Mommy, does it hurt? And I said, no, honey, it doesn't hurt. It's just, I'm just healing. It's okay.
Yeah.
And she had questions about the fight. And I said, Mommy likes to do that. I have to break it down into her way that makes sense. And I let her be a part of changing the bandages and getting to be Dr. Maya and really trying to harness her empathy and just not being afraid of that whole process by me not being afraid of it. Just showing her that it was okay and it was a normal part of the process.
Do they watch your fights?
Mm-hmm. They do. They're still learning and their attention span is that of a gnat, know? So of course they don't pay attention to the whole thing, but they cheer for me in their own ways and they're certainly supportive. And
they don't mind that mom's getting beaten up. In essence, they see it differently, probably.
So I've had 3 fights since my children have been born. And my last fight, my daughter she just turned 4 and I didn't win. And she said, Mommy, I really wanted you to win. And I said, I know I really wanted to win too. And she's like, but why didn't you win? And I said, well, I tried my best and I just didn't win. Sometimes we try our best and we just don't win.
Such a good
lesson. It's a learning
right?
opportunity, And I was like, I tried my best and I got a laceration in that. The same cut opened up again. So I had a similar look about me. So they're evolving as they get older. The questions become different. The reactions become different. My son was a bit more alarmed at this point. He definitely understood that, this was an injury and he was a bit taken back by it. So I had to calm him and say, it's okay. Mommy's okay. I like to do this. It's okay. But, it's all, I'm sure it's going to be different for my next fight.